welcome back to They Did What? Your source of the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today I'm going to hear a story titled, I'm Confused About My Decision. Girlfriend Emotionally Cheated. And a shout to Joe for sending in this story. And guys, this story is all about a young guy, like 22 years old, off to medical school pretty soon, who dumps his girlfriend and is done with her after finding out that she emotionally cheated. Which we know there's probably way more going on than that. And to no surprise, she unleashes a whole level of crazy on him. Holy cow. And I've been going to go over here, guys, making the point that this young guy is only 22. And he could have been any of us at some point in our lives who had a girlfriend, thought you had a future, she was a good one, and then something like this happens. And even though it hurts him, he's done. He knows, no way am I staying with her, I can't trust her and all that. And he struggles, but he does that. And that's a good thing. Also, to point out, guys, the crazy they can go through and unleash when they don't get their way. Because first it starts out with the begging and pleading and promises. And when that doesn't work, they take it to another level of the crazy. And then when that doesn't work, the real crazy comes out. And that's why it's best to stick with your guns, get rid of them, and really avoid them when the real crazy starts. And quite frankly, be prepared for a restraining order. He says, my now ex-girlfriend, a 22-year-old of 5 to 6 years, emotionally cheated on me with a close friend of ours. He was more her friend than mine, but we were still buds. You were never buds. He was waiting in line, man. I trusted the guy, and they started having an emotional affair, even sending spicy messages. I caught her, and it was a messy breakup. We tried to push through it at first. I gave her a shot, but she couldn't cut contact with him. Smack! Well, you should have given her a second chance, but obviously, you saw it didn't work. She talked with him 2 times to know about him and texted him blah, blah, blah. So I decided to protect my own feelings and call the relationship over. Good for you. You should have given her that second chance, because look what she did. Okay, it's over. Well, watch this. He says, look, I get it. I have a lot of empathy, and I always put myself in other people's shoes. I get that we as humans have temptations, and it's not easy to cut contact with those people at one point, but they cross the line, and when you spend a lot of time with one person, you tend to develop feelings for someone. It happened to me during the relationship, but I never did anything about it. I just distanced myself from the person that I had developed feelings for. That's the difference between him and his ex-girlfriend. He started liking another chick, but he didn't make any moves and distance himself from her. Because he's loyal. She didn't do that. She never had a physical affair, and I trust her on this. Dude, come on, brother. Wake up. She told everything to my mom and dad in hopes to gain her trust. I confronted my ex in a non-physical way. I believe in words, not violence, and he told me nothing physical happened. Oh, not his ex-friend. Okay. Now to the point of it. It's been a couple of days since I've talked with her, and we broke up 2 weeks ago, but maintained some contact. She knows she effed up because I truly am a kind boyfriend with her, and I gave her everything, even a job at university as an assistant towards a professor who's my aunt. Here he said there, he gave her everything. So what does she have to do when she has everything? Well, go get it someplace else. Can't be that way, guys. You can tell this guy's a good guy and he wants to do things for people he cares about. The problem is he's a little naive. It looks like she regrets everything and finally cut contact with the guy. However, she told me and assured me again that nothing physical happened, that they sexted, and I honestly don't know what to do. Bro, you know what to do. Don't even start that I don't know what to do crap. It doesn't make a difference. She was emotionally cheating and sending spicy messages and probably pictures together. Even if they didn't physically cheat, that's still betraying you. You can't have a girlfriend like that. And you're about to see how psycho she is. This has been going on since summer, but I had some doubts. It started way before. I just don't have evidence until 2 weeks ago when I saw the messages. I thought I didn't want to be with her, and I do miss her so much. I miss her love and attention. She was the perfect girlfriend and wife material. I wanted to marry that woman and give her my life that I had to, and she did this to me. So she wasn't such a perfect girlfriend, brother, or wife material. Again, how many of you guys watching this? I was there too at that age, thinking, yeah, I met some girl and she was amazing and a future with her and everything, and you get R-pilled. I never thought of her to be a cheater because her brother suffered this and his ex-fiancée a couple years ago, and here am I. I wanted to text her today. I wanted to forgive her, but man, I don't know if I can, or if I should go back. I do miss her in every possible way. I'm devastated, and I'm not sure if I should give it time, give it a shot, or what. I'm just devastated. Don't you go there, bro. And don't worry, guys, he doesn't. I thought I was doing good, but today had been a bad day, and the situation has given me PTSD. My family's been saying that we are young and immature, and we all make mistakes. And yeah, I get it. They are the type of people who think that it's not a big deal because nothing physical happened. But for me, it is. The lies and everything behind my back, I am hurt. I sometimes worry that one day she will move on and find somebody else, and that will crush me, that I made a mistake by dumping her. Maybe I'm just relapsing again and need some time to heal. That was the end of his first update. This is a series of updates here. So you can see, roller coaster. Some days are good, some days are bad. He's questioning things. Did I make a mistake? She was really good before. No. Regardless of what you thought she was, this is how she behaves. You know? And oh, by the way, she's going to his mom and dad behind his back. We're going to get more of that. That ain't good. No, dude, you will be fine. You're going to medical school. He'll mention that soon. That you need to focus your attention on. Believe me, you're going to be a doctor. You're going to be up to your eyeballs and poontang the rest of your life. And you can pick and choose, and you better be careful because there's going to be nurses around you. Now to his update. He says, here's an update, mostly from me and my mental state. But before I can give you some context because she stopped begging me. Last time I heard, she was not eating, and she assured me again that nothing physical happened. And she regrets it completely and wishes she never did it. I think she regrets she got caught. And he already said she's not eating. That's what, immediately they go on a hunger strike when a guy breaks up with them. Isn't that amazing? I talked with her maybe 6 days ago. She messaged me and said that she feels very anxious without you, and I'm sorry. I understand your feelings, but if you give me a chance, I won't blow it. Nice choice of words. And I want to assure you that we never saw each other and did anything physical. I tried talking with her, being respectful and nice and serious at the same time. She told me she loves me and that she got carried away, blah, blah, blah. I told her I understand, but I could not continue in a relationship with her, and typing this breaks me. Good young brother. I know it hurts him, but he's still sticking to his guns. He knows this is a bad idea. A lot of guys wouldn't do that. I do miss her. I miss the woman I wanted to marry before this all unfolded. Part of me wants to forgive her, and it's so hard. I'm just playing video games all day to cope with my feelings. I feel this is partly my fault. I want to talk with her and ask her why she did it. Dude, you're not going to get an honest answer out of it. Don't even waste your time. I feel like I got lazy in the relationship. I was faithful, but I just cannot remember looking after her, wanting to go on dates with her either because I'm so busy with university. MCAT exam for medical school. I can't remember anything in my past 2-3 months with her, and it hurts my soul. I'm just crushed. Dude, you're studying for your MCATs. That's your future. You need to get past the MCATs, get a good score to get into, if I'm not mistaken, a good medical school. That's more important than her. It's a fucking reality. And if she had issues and problems, she could have talked to you. She didn't do that. She started having an affair with your friend, your so-called friend. Classic example, be careful. The nice guy friends are her orbiters just waiting for their opportunity. Right there. Yeah, I was a bit lazy, but mostly because we were together all day in the university. It was like we were living together. I always made sure she ate. I was romantic and playful with her. I also remember I got her flowers a month ago before it happened. I miss her love and attention. I wish she never did this to me. I'm sad and angry at the same time. This is the second time this happened to me, and I'm not a bad person. I always go to everyone with a smile and always end up getting hurt. To be honest, I know deep down she regrets it. She regrets getting caught and what she's benefiting from the relationship. Well, bro, you're a human. You're allowed to go through that, but you can't be with her. Now, guys, more updates where the crazy is going to start coming out and her tactics, because begging and pleading with him isn't working. So now she has to up it up the ante. Next one, he says, hey guys, I want to leave an update here in case anybody is interested. This is 1 month post-breakup. The first 2 weeks for me were horrible. I wanted to relapse so badly, but eventually I held off and tightened myself down. Good for you, man. Every time I got the urge to text my ex to talk and possibly relapse and jump into the relationship again, I just called my buddy and we hanged out and played video games. Sweet. That's why you need bros, guys. His buddy was like his sponsor. You know, you're an alcoholic and you have the temptation to drink. You call your sponsor. The sponsor comes and helps you out, gets you out of that funk or whatever. Same thing. A week ago, my ex-girlfriend called my aunt, crying, saying I was hurting her because I reposted something on Instagram and she didn't like it and it made her cry, and she hoped that by making a scene I would have felt bad enough to contact her and apologize, and I wanted to, but I did not. She then proceeded to text my mom about how I didn't even message her Merry Christmas and how she misses me, and here's the thing, I feel much better now without her than with her. See her sneaky tactics? Now she's going involving his family members, his aunt, his mom. No, she's going to the women who probably imagined those two getting married and all that. That's not cool, and it's none of the fucking parents' business. Well, she texts my mom a lot asking about me, and I'm getting pretty mad because I told her to stop asking my parents about me because they felt like they lost a daughter. I want to text her to stop messaging them, but I don't want to break the no contact rule I gave myself. I kind of feel mad my parents still answer her. I get it how they feel, but she made me suffer a lot during the relationship and almost never validated my feelings. Oh, now we're getting somewhere here, unraveling things. Made him suffer during the relationship, never validated his feelings. So maybe he had some issues with some of her shit during the relationship. The relationship he claimed was so great, and she was always dismissive of him. He needs to confront his parents and family and say, hey, if Jessica reaches out to you going forward, please, because I'm your son or nephew or whatever, you're going to respect my wishes and tell her, hey, I wish you all the best, but I'm obviously... Bill is my son, and Bill's my nephew, and, you have to let it go. No, they're not doing that. I enjoy the relationship, and I don't regret it, but she was just too toxic, and I'm grateful she did what she did. Otherwise, I would have just stuck it there. Too toxic, huh? Uh-huh. Yes, I felt terrible at the time, but the wound closed pretty good. Sometimes it bleeds, but it happens. I have my good moments and bad moments. Somehow, I still think of her almost every day. Not romantically, but instead just little things. But the thoughts are fading away. What made me feel so much better in my case, a female friend of mine reached out to me telling me that I can talk with her whenever I feel like it, if I'm ever alone, and I did. Oh, I'm sure the female friend is more than happy to chit-chat. She's probably been sitting around waiting for an opportunity. We texted for a couple of days, and it felt nice. It was a long time since I was up late talking with somebody. She helped me realize where I was stuck. She went through a similar situation and compared my situation to hers, and honestly, when she told me what her ex used to do, I realized in the mirror I was a perfect loving boyfriend, and I felt at peace with myself knowing that. Ever since that day, I know 100% I'm not going back to my ex, and she lost a man who loved and cared for her, and would have even provided for her if she decided to stop studying. Good for him. Very good for him. He's light years ahead of most guys, because a lot of guys would probably cave to the begging and pleading. I also started going to the gym. There you go. I'm trying my best to beat the MCAT exam with 1.5 months of studying. I want to learn card tricks as a hobby, and I'm excited for what the future holds for me. I've had a crush on an old friend, but I'm not looking to jump into any relationships, talk phases, or situationships, especially not this fast, as it will likely fail and not good for myself. I'm taking my time to focus on myself because a more mature person learns from my mistakes in my past relationships. And when I'm ready with that time, I will hopefully find the right person. Again, good day. Thanks for reaching out. Blah, blah, blah. So, again, now you saw step 2, her weaseling her way with the family. Trying that. Well, that didn't work. So guess what? Now she has to take more drastic, truly crazy measures as we're going to get in part 3. And again, our guy ain't backing down. Good for him. Part 3, he says here, hey guys, since my post got a lot of attention, I wanted to make an update for the last time in a while, and I also don't want anybody to talk to. Please give me your feedback. So to begin, I finally cut contact with my ex after weeks on and off. Small context if you're new. Well, I'm going to skip this part because he's just doing a recap because it's been some time. Talking about this and that, her begging, getting involved with the family. Okay, he says, here is where my mental health collapsed. My family and I started having problems. She was talking with them, and she told them what she did in order to win me back. But I was too rebellious against her. Never did I disrespect her, but I rarely talked to her. I asked her for space. A week later, she came to my home and kissed me. I told her to stop it because it was not appropriate, and I was firm with my decision, and this repeated one more time. So she's getting more desperate, showing up at his house, trying to kiss him, putting the moves on him. Can you imagine if a girl broke up with a guy and he showed up at her house and started trying to put the moves on her? You can see where that would go. Today I broke. My aunt called me, fighting me, telling me to stop the bullshit with her and either dump her or go back. Hey auntie, none of your fucking business. Click. Claiming that I was abusing and utilizing her. In my view, I was not. Every time I tried cutting contact with my family, I was like, don't be mean to her, answer her calls and texts, and they don't respect my boundaries. Well, brother, you're 22. You're going to be in medical school soon. I know he's going to make it. If these assholes keep sticking their nose in your business, you tell them, basically, if they don't respect that, to fuck off. People respect strength, not weakness. But you can tell this guy, his life has probably been, kind of a pushover, so people think they can talk to him this way. Today I snapped and called my ex that we needed to talk. Dude, that's what she wanted. She came to my home uninvited, was outside crying, and I tried to be gentle, and she snapped. She started screaming and yelling and begging me. I gave her reasons so she could see why I wanted to break up with her, and she never listens, that it was always a problem with her, and she never listened to any pieces of advice. Well, that's a lot of wives and girlfriends. Now she's showing up and throwing a tantrum. I did call her, but she baited him with reaching out to the family. Well, she did not want to leave my home, and my family got involved. My mom had to leave work, and my uncle came over to watch us while my mom came. During this time, listen to this, she took a knife from the kitchen and started swinging the knife. And then she ran to my parents' room because I tried to take the knife from her, and she tried to jam the knife in her belly. But I saw an opportunity and took it out of her hands. This is freaking crazy. This chick needs to be committed. Can you imagine that, guys? Grabbing the knife out of the freaking drawer and waving it around like she's fucking Zorro, and then running off and, unhinged. But of course, he's the bad guy. This was extremely hurtful for me because I have a broken fingertip, which was stitches due to a car accident I had a couple days earlier. Well, her brother eventually came to my house and took her. My family contacted a clinical psychologist, and last I heard from her, they took her to the hospital to get stitches on her fingers because she got cut when I took the knife away. My family attacked me emotionally, blaming me for all this. Well, smack to the family. How is he the bad guy? He's told her constantly, we're done, and she won't stop. Did he make her get that knife out? No. Chick needs to be committed, and this family needs to be cut off. I feel like shit. I never asked for this to happen to me, only my dad has been on my side. I never wanted to lead her on with false hopes. It was never my intention, and I wish I was more clear with her from the start, but she kept begging, violating my boundaries, and making me confused by my decision. Because they're fucking relentless. She expected a future with you, not to mention you can be a doctor. Nuts. This is my point, how they escalate. And this guy's asshole family, at least his dad's on his side. His dad needs to fucking put his mom in her place. I just never know how to dump her. She was my first love and everything, and now she turns into a nobody, a stranger. From being my best friend, a person I love more than myself, smack, you should never love anybody more than yourself, to going back to strangers. I'll never love again, I deserve to be alone. No, you don't deserve to be alone, and you'll love again, dude. You just better be smarter about it. You can love, just don't be in love with them, because then you do dumb shit. Now I feel a bit relieved yet empty inside after all this. I feel bad for her, and I'm a bit scared for my life. But she is getting professional help she needs. I wish I could forgive her, but I don't see her as the same person anymore, and I only wish her the best. I hope she continues in life and finds someone who accepts her in the future. Let her be somebody else's problem, another victim. I just lost it today. There is no more what-ifs or temptations about what happened today. Next week I'm getting on antidepressants. My family doesn't know this, and they won't because they don't support this. This took a blow on me. I'll never hurt myself, not if my dad is still around, and not even if he is not. I'll never end myself. That just makes problems for other people. I love my dad, and I hope I have him by my side forever. For everybody that's been here since day one, thank you very much. Thank you for taking your time. I wish I could give you a hug to all of you. Your comments made me stronger. If you have anything to say, I'll appreciate it. I feel horrible with this uncontrollable anxiety. Until next time, may you never go through this. So there you go, guys. Good for him for not backing down. He had temptations, but he didn't back down. And look what happened. She amped it up, the sneaky tactics. Begging and pleading, that didn't work. Then going in and pulling the strings and bullshit with the mom and the aunt, that didn't work. And then showing up at his place when he finally said, come over, we're going to talk. And she freaking gets a knife out. Good freaking Lord. Yeah, she needs professional help, all right. But my God, why do you think so many are on antidepressants? Or other happy pills, if you will. But this guy, good for him. But he now needs to focus on get that test, the MCATs, and then getting to medical school. Now, at that point, then it's all medical school. Till he graduates and he's a doctor, then the whole process there. So he has a bright future involved, but stay away from the crazies. And I personally don't think this is the last time. I think he needs a restraining order against her. Okay? Even if he doesn't have any money, borrow it from his dad. Get a restraining order, because this chick ain't going to stop. And again, I'd be cutting off that aunt, absolutely, telling her to fuck off, because that's his aunt. And for his mom, I'd have a firm conversation with mom. And mom does about the whole thing, and her not backing him up and all that. And at that point, she crosses the line. Bye, Mom. I ain't got to talk to you either. That'd be very hard for a 22-year-old. I get it, but still. Thank God his dad was on his side. So there you go, guys. Very important lessons in the story. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me just think about this. Guys, how would you handle this if you were him? You saw all the things he tried to do to get rid of her. How would you handle the family members if they were pulling the same crap? I'd like to hear about it. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.